as you can see, it went wrong. I wasn't filming at the time. I wish I was, because I'd have made a Jeremy Beadle one. I was perched up on this side, you can't see, but on the top, trying to sort of get the bolts in and whatnot, and then the A-frame just went like that. It went down, trapped my leg on the timbers here, and I'm pinned to it, and I'm thinking to myself, oh well, lessons to be learned. And yeah, I'm a little bit sore. Just got to work out now how I'm going to get it back up. Watch this space, folks. And as you can see, I had 2 days-ish of being extremely sore. My inner leg, my arm, between my back, pulled muscles or tendons or something. That's what I reckon. Anyway, painkillers, and thankful to some really good advice, some arnica cream. We're back at it. We've managed to get this up. I didn't film it because I didn't know how I was going to do it, and I needed to concentrate on this. I think you can appreciate the importance of it. But I've got a bracing on this side and a bracing on this side, and it's solid. Got more braces to do. Got another A-frame to get up, which possibly is more difficult, but I think through my hodgepodge way of trying to get this one up after it went the wrong way, I think I've come up with a foolproof plan. First things first, move my timbers along to get the next A-frame up, settled down, and start to position it, along with lots of other bits, I suppose. The plan this time is using a piece of rope. Now what I'm doing is it's a way of trying to basically stop it from going the wrong way. I had kind of thought of it last time, but regrettably I didn't actually do it because I just thought, I'll be alright. So I'm the one that's now paying the price, because I've got a very blunt knife trying to cut this rope. I must put a new blade in this, but I don't use it very often, so I shall probably be saying this for the next bloody year, I expect. But simple plan. On this bar here, what I've done is I've also got to trim the edges off of these bars, an oversight on mine, because when you get trying to put two together, the gap between this edge and the other edge is way beyond this edge. You'll see what I mean later. So what I'm doing is I've made up a loop one end to go round, which will be the cross piece on one of the static A's, and then there's a piece of tape. Then we've got another piece of tape there. The measurement between the tape is exactly the distance between the A-frames. So then this will get tied off to the one that I'm going to lift, so that when I lift it, it can't go too far. Unless, of course, my knot tying is useless, because I'm going to be sort of in front of it, pushing it up, which is how I achieved the second one. You'll see what I mean when I get there. It did rain and all. Oh, that stopped play, I can assure you. It was hail, torrential rain, and it turned bitterly cold. But hey, another morning, it's sunny. Let's get back up here. Let's get that A-frame up. As you can see, well, you might not see it quite in it, but that piece of rope that I've mentioned is tied to the cross piece on that A-frame, and I've tied it to the mark on that A-frame. So when it goes up, it might just go slightly over, but it can't go anywhere else. I'm working on a manual lift. Not sure that it's going to work, but I'm going to give it a go. So you can see this tower, very sketchy. It's not exactly a good tower, but it's all I've got to work with. So let's get this cross piece in position as best we can. I used a 4.8 piece of 4x2 and there's a hell of a bow in it, but that is what's holding this up sufficiently. I'm not going to say safely, sufficiently. As you can see, I've got another bit of 4x2 just there going down that way. Attached to that, piece of rope, and attached to that rope, joy the camper. Don't try this at home. This is probably one of the sketchiest things I've done. But the reason I'm using the camper is I've got something just to anchor the rope off once it gets into position, because yeah, you need someone to pull that, hold it in position, someone up there just to tighten up bolts, and so there's my extra man. Cheers, Mum. 2 chances. Let's see what happens. That was going to happen. I'm just going to keep pulling it up nice and steady. And at the moment, something doesn't feel right. There's too much, potentially, too much bow in that timber. I'm going to tie that off because I'm nervous. But at least this time I've used what brain cells I've got left to try and be as safe as I can, because I don't have the air ambulance on direct dial. Let's go up and see what we can do with it. And there we have it. I am extremely relieved that I've got that up. It's still tied off to the camper because I need to get the braces in just to keep it locked in before I can brace everything else up. But massive sigh of relief on my part. And with this brace in now, and I've got the one in on the other side, there's 2 more going this on this side, 2 more on the other side, total of 4, 1 across the middle. This roof is not going anywhere. Time to release the piece of timber and part the camper up, because this is going nowhere. Don't know if you can see on that, but that's got a bow on it now that I may not get out, but I can use it for lots of little pieces. I'm just happy that that has done the job. And I did use the bent bit, because the bit that was bent I could discard, and it's one of these pieces here. Right, I've cut a load of timber to go up on both sides, so it's a case of just getting up there, screwing that in, because that timber is going to be what the profile tin, which is what I'm going to be using, profile roofing sheets, that I can fix to that. So we're going to get these up, get them spaced out, get them nice and straight. Yeah, let's get busy. Bump the timber up. I'm working on, because it's one long length, one short length, so I'm putting the short length this end, the longer length that end, so I've got more fixings in the longer length to help support the overhang at the end of the container. But I've measured to get this set up, because if I find a small bit of timber, which I probably haven't got up here, I'll just use this piece that'll do. Because of how the tin will come down off the roof, there's going to be a 300mm overhang of roofing tin, so that'll finish just before this first one's set, so that I can actually then, the second piece of tin goes underneath and I can fix to that. So I've got that one set, and then we're going to be doing a metre distance, and there's going to be a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 on this one, and then we'll trim the ends off, which we'll show you in a bit, so that I can actually get a fascia board on there so that I can put guttering on. But I've got this one set, it's perfectly set, it's all screwed in, so the one above is setting the line through there. Just time now to get the next one in, measure, fix, measure, fix. It's a simple process, apparently. Ha. Just double checking my measurements. And that's the finished side. Looks rather smart if you ask me. And there, the overhang, which from here doesn't seem far, but when I'm on top of the container and I've got to reach out there, that was a little bit challenging. It was iffy butty with the weather, hence I didn't film it. But this end now is 24 foot long to match the grey box behind us. So still got some monkeying about to do on the metal A-frames, but because it's wet and slippery a bit, I'm choosing to be a little more cautious. So let's see how we get on. Probably next week, because I need to wait for a couple of bits, and I've got a bit of a plan as to hopefully helping me achieve the last bit to make it a little safer than the way I've been doing things. But anyway, from me, thank you for watching. It really is appreciated. I hope that I've entertained you again this week, and look forward to seeing you next week. You take care, folks. Keep smiling, keep being happy.